we present Mrs Jiggles, The Early Years. Episode 2, Mrs Jiggles' Life of Crime. I wandered all alone through the streets of London, not knowing where I might lie my head that night. All I had was dried custard on my chin, the clothes I stood up in, and Mrs Gout's book of recipes. And that's what I pinned my hopes to, Mary, the clothes I stood up in. Maybe I could sell 'em for money. Then... Stop, thief! Oh, I ain't stolen nothing. Not you, girl, that away. There, you boy, stop! But by the time the stallholder had made his way round me, the thief had gone. Damn it! Would you like my clothes? What? I need money for a place to lodge, and I'm selling 'em. What will you wear? Oh, I'd have to buy 'em back. But you could give me a good price. Well... But before I could proceed, I heard a noise. Psst! Over here! Come with me! 'Twas the young thief. Should I follow? Was a life of crime now my only hope? I decided to find out, so I did. I'll have the bonnet. In a darkened alley we went through a darkened doorway into a darkened old warehouse. I light a candle. Oh, that's better. Oh, that's better still. Morning, Jiggles. Well, if it isn't young Pocket, the boot boy from me all. What are you doing here? I don't clean shoes no more. Had enough of it. I'm my own boss now. Ooh, I'm a pickpocket. Ours to suit myself and the money's good. Ain't it illegal? Only so far as the law goes. The rule is don't get caught. Oh, well, that sounds fair. I'm not just a pickpocket, though. I'm going to go far. I'm inventing things. Oh, inventing things? Oh, yeah, it's the Industrial Revolution. See, I've got non-opening doors. Stops the drafts getting in and keeps the room warm. Look, here's one. See? Done open. You can go at it as hard as you like. Oh, that's amazing. You wouldn't even know a door was there. That's the beauty of it. Blends perfectly into the wall. I've got lots of them. Oh, I'm not clever like that, I'm afraid. I'm just a young girl trying to make her way in the world as honestly as I can. Why don't you stay here and keep home for me and the boys? There's lots of us picky pockets here. Oh, I don't know. I suppose it would give me time to read the recipe book and practice all the recipes in it. One day I'm going to be a famous cook. Good for you, Jiggles. I'm going to work at it and work at it and work at it. But if I haven't become a success by 20, I'll give it up. Trouble is, I'm not sure how old I am because I don't know what date I was born on. Couldn't your mother tell you, Jiggles? Well, she didn't know either. She wrote it down on a piece of paper at the time, but now we can't find it anywhere. What's the first thing you remember? The sun coming up. Came up every morning, it did, over the old soot and cinder works. Went down every evening, too, but I don't know where it went to. It never came back to the soot and cinder works, yet it was there the next morning. Don't ask me to explain the sun. Now look, if I'm going to stay, I'm going to need you to give me a constant supply of ingredients for my recipes. You leave it to us. So I stayed a while and I worked hard at the recipes, keeping a note of which boy felt sick after which meal and which ones came back for seconds. That way I was able to perfect my own cookbook, and I knew that I could take my place in any household in the land as head cook. But I decided to stay, a while at least, to see what fate held for me. There, finished. What is it, Pocket? It's an invisible ladder, Jiggles. Ideal for thieving. Oh, you mean they won't know that you got it up against the window of the house? Exactly. Look, I'll show you how it works. And up he went in no time. Amazing. Of course, I haven't perfected the invisibility part yet, but so far, so good. Here, what's this in this here wallet? It's a photograph. Well, it ain't no good to us. We've had the money out. But I recognise that photograph. Where did you get it from? Oi, Squiggler, where did you get this wallet from? That wallet there? Yeah, this wallet here. I got it from a market somewhere. He got it from a market somewhere. Whereabouts in the market? Whereabouts in the market? I don't know. He don't know. Oh dear. Does he remember what the gentleman whose wallet it was looked like? Do you remember? No, he doesn't. Of course, that's a photograph of my long-lost brother. I didn't know you had a long-lost brother. Nor did I till I saw that photograph. Oh, it's an hell of a shock. Now I know about him, I've got to find him. He must have disappeared when he was a little baby. You think he'd update his photograph, wouldn't you? Lucky for me he hasn't. We searched tirelessly all afternoon, but despite asking everyone in the market if they knew the baby in the photo, no one did. I was beginning to give up hope. Then disaster struck. Esmeralda Jiggles, who wants to know? You and your gang have picked pockets for the last time. I'm not a pocket picker, I'm a pocket picker's cook. Although I cook for pocket picks, I'm not a picking crook. But it was no use. They took me away. Name Jiggles. First name? No, it's my second. What is your first name? Esmeralda, after my mother, she thinks. Address? No fixed abode. That's right. Anyone there will vouch for me? Number 6. Guilty. Take her down. Don't despair, Jiggles. 6 months will fly by. Ain't they going to jail? No. As the responsible adult, you take the blame. So off to prison I went, and was put to work in the kitchens. Well, I knew if I could make my custard, I'd win them over. But you can't get the eggs in prison, nor the milk, or the other stuff. All I could do was make watery porridge to the best of my ability. Then one day, can you guess what happened, Mary? I'll tell you. That bit of dried cold custard on the end of my chin finally fell off into the porridge pot. It turned bright yellow, and a delicious aroma filled the air. Hey, Jiggles, what's that delicious aroma filling the air? Once they'd smelt it, those warders couldn't resist. I had them eating out of my hand until we got the bowls out. The old porridge was deliciously custardy. I decided to slip away, but as I was doing so, a familiar voice stopped me in my tracks. So they got you too, Jiggles? Mrs. Goat? Yes, that's right. We thought you was dead. Yes, that's right. That's what they do, you know, when they don't want your name, or they just toss you aside. They thought I was dead, but I wasn't. Oh, no, I've had the last laugh. Ha, ha, ha. I didn't know what to say. I hoped she didn't realise I'd got her custard recipe, and her book with all her other recipes in it. You got my custard recipe, Jiggles, eh? And my book with all my other recipes in it, have you, eh? Well, you kept them safe for me. We'll have revenge on all of them. Especially that Ida Ganglion. Oh, yes, I know all about her. She's always had her eye on my recipe books. I've got a plan, Jiggles. I've got a plan that's going to make us rich beyond the dreams of apple juice. Oh, yes. And my eyes aren't so good, and my ears aren't what they used to be. Pardon? I didn't say anything. Well, there you are, then. Now, what we gotta do is join forces. Me with my quick wit, brain and intellect, and recipes, of course, and you to do everything else. What? Well, that sounds a very good idea. Trouble was, of course, she was stark staring mad. Unfortunately, one obstacle to our escape remained, the high prison wall. We managed to get to the top of the stairs, but there was no way down the wall. The custard was running out, and I could hear the guards shouting after us. More custard! Come back here and make the custard! More custard! More custard! What'll we do? Jump! That's madness!
That's right, they won't be expecting it.
At that moment, I heard a familiar voice.
Jiggles!
Bucket?
Bucket?
He's down there.
Why's he down there?
Climb down the ladder.
I don't see no ladder.
It must be one of his invisible ones. I inched my way to where I could see him pointing to. I'll go first.
Oh, no, you don't. I'm going first. Whee!
I ain't quite perfected the invisible ladder yet. I meant the visible one on your right. Oh, yes, I see now. It was a big wooden ladder, and I began to climb down it, but, it's high. It's going to make me jiggle.
Right, pull the ladder away quick. Let's get away from here.
I looked around for Mrs. Goat. She was stone dead. Oh dear, not again.
Come on, run.
Well, I don't know with running. I was finding it very hard. In fact, once I'd started, I couldn't stop, Mary. I went head over heels, rolling down the street towards the Thames. Its strong current took me in its grip, and I was swept to where I know not knew. Well, not at the time. What will become of me now, I thought. Well, Mary, I'll tell you.